Hi, my name is Adriana Guia. I'm the chair of the board of the Tijuana Economic Development, and I'm also a developer, an industrial developer here in the city. I represent a public traded company in Mexico that has parks all over Mexico. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to answer some questions regarding the potential operation or expanding operations of your site either in another part of the world, in the US, or if you already have a site here in Mexico, what we can do for you. So here it goes. So why is Tijuana considered a strategic location? Well, as you know, Tijuana is situated right next to San Diego, California. So in terms of moving your shipments across the border, it will take relatively hours instead of weeks compared to other sides of the world. And many of the companies that have their operations here, they consider this place a great place to ship their goods to the west coast of the US. So anything that you manufacture here will be easily transported to the other side of the border. So many companies have been here for the last 40 years because of the competitiveness that they found of the location. So which are the most strategic sectors that we can find here in Tijuana? You can find electronic sector, aerospace companies, medical device companies, 3PLs, logistics, and most of these companies have decided to set up their operations here because they can find skilled labor, they have certified locations, and of course, the whole environment and ecosystem has already been shifting during the last 50 years because of the experience and how long have we've been doing this. So these companies just found that it's mostly like a mirror in terms of the operation compared to their US sites. So this is why we think this is a great site for in order for them to have either twin operations or moving their operations from other sites of. So many companies or many people ask, how competitive is this? How much can we save? And the numbers are really, are drastically impressive. So between 48 and 53% compared to US sites, and we're mostly with California. And some of the key things that companies are taking into account are labor, how much do you pay for rent when you lease a building, utilities, and of course, when you cross the items across the border, it's also there's a significant amount that you can save. So definitely, all these as a bundle are considered as items for companies to set up operations here in Tijuana. As other parts of the world offer incentives, this side, Tijuana, also offers incentives as well. So in terms of state incentives, you can find training for specialized workforce available when companies set up their operations here. I think the most important one is the USMCA possibility in order for your operations to take account that if they bring a certain amount of materials and transform those and then cross them back to the US, there's a program called EMEX that the Mexican government, you can apply for that through the Secretary of Economy. And this EMEX program allows you to bring your raw materials inside the country without paying any income tax or any VAT. And as soon as you just transform it and then you, take it back to the original site, you're using your permit as EMEX in a natural way. So I think this is what most of the companies are looking for when they're setting up their operations in Mexico and of course in Tijuana. So how long does it take you to set up an operation here in Tijuana? So I think the most important thing for you to take into account is for you to find a building. And for you to find a building when there's availability will be rather quickly for you to just to take a decision if your broker goes in a tour with you or directly contact the developers that are set up here in Tijuana. Then after that, you can start trying to get your permits, and the most important one that you want to get is the EMEX operation, which is, as I said, you need to apply for that through the Secretary of Economy. Then after that, I mean, you need just to get your employees on site, and if you do it through a shelter program, it would be rather quickly because they already have most of the permits and the entities that you need in order for you to kick off. But yeah, definitely you want to, like a full set operation, if you're starting from scratch, it will take you around 9 months. But if you are a logistic company, for example, and you're using a shelter program, it will take you around 2 or 3 months. So rather quickly, and we'll wait for you here in Tijuana. And probably you're gonna be asking yourself, how can I hire people? Is it easy to hire people? And the answer is, well, first you need to know that the pool workforce goes around 260,000 people that are already working here in most of the sectors that I already talked about. There's around 50 universities, a little bit more than that are training engineers and other skilled workforce that can be potentially coming into your company. And there's other kinds of programs that we also train our people to, like the ISO. So you have like different kinds of specializations that you can be, you really can have access to. And the ease of getting those people into your companies depends, of course, of the size of your operation and who are you looking the talent through. So you can have like either a specialized talent seeker or through a shelter program in order for you to find the right people for your operation. And what about utilities and infrastructure, you would be asking? So in terms of energy capabilities, most of the developers are pairing up with our energy supplier that mostly goes into the state. It's called CFE. And the developers are also having their own infrastructure inside the parks in order for you to have plug-and-play operations. In terms of border crossing, we have 2 border crossings already set up, and one of them is mostly commercial, but then there's a second border crossing coming called Otay 2, which will help ease the border crossing operations for companies that are setting up here in Tijuana. And in terms of logistics, we have a program called FAST, which most of the companies apply to. It means that your operation is lean, is transparent, and CBP operations know what is coming directly from your plant all the way to the border crossing. And in terms of time, you can see this type of programs have their crossings in less than an hour. So we encourage most of the companies apply to this type of programs in order for them to have a leaner cross of their materials or finished products. So how safe is Tijuana, and what do employees and cargo would be expecting? So most of the violence is unrelated to business, and most of the operations have their gated facilities, they hire private security, and of course there's the police, mostly from the city and the state, also guarding that this type of issues don't happen near business operations. So talking to most of the CEOs or the plant managers and their people, we're getting just like a sense of security from them that they can do like on a day-to-day basis a normal walk from their home to their work, with no potential issues. So we encourage you to have a tour here in Tijuana and you see it for yourself that Tijuana is a great place to live as well. So how would be life like to executive managers? So most of them have potentially the opportunity to live either in Tijuana or San Diego. So we have a little bit of both. When they live in Tijuana, they choose upscale neighborhoods in the city. And when they have the opportunity to stay in San Diego, they are mostly near the border in Chula Vista, East Lake. Those are the neighborhoods that they're selecting to live. But the most important thing is that they have the best of both worlds. They live a binational life, and they have a little bit of everything: arts, culture, culinary, wine countries, you name it. We have a little bit of everything, including a beach. So, as I said, encourage you to have a visit, because you can also have a little taste of what we can offer. So what about compliance? So as I said before, most of the operations are mirroring their operations in the US. And what does that mean? So the operations are either certified as a building, for example, LEED certifications, sustainability certifications, but also in terms of their operations, you can find ISO, ASA, FDA, FAA certifications. So most of them are also part of the operations life of a manufacturing business that set up operations here in Tijuana. Okay, so in terms of intellectual property and R&D, Mexico's law regarding the use of certified materials, the use of intellectual property, is mostly a mirror of what happens in the rest of the world. We have a couple of agencies that talked to US agencies as well regarding intellectual property. So your goods are going to be fostered and taken care here in your site in Tijuana. Regarding R&D, it's very important for you to know that we have universities talking to each other from both Mexico and US for the potential making of new products. And of course, because we have many years of operations for manufacturing operations here in our sites, there's the development or R&D of R&D operations inside the manufacturing facilities. And most of their objectives are producing new types of products that can help their actual operation get leaner, be more competitive, etc. So this is definitely a take on when you have an operation here in the north border of Mexico. And what does the TJ EDC, the Tijuana EDC, will do for you? So this will be if you can think about a one-stop concierge, this is it. So anything going around from touring, setting up operations, talking to a lawyer, having an accountant open an account in a bank here in Mexico, talking to a customs broker. The TJ EDC has more than 35 years of experience in bringing all the ecosystem for direct investment potential. So if you need anything regarding moving your operation from another side of the world, or expanding your operation from the US, or having your operation already set up in Mexico, but you want to see and experience what a border city can do for you, this will be it. So talk to the EDC managers, talk to the EDC members, and you will see the difference.